I just got a box from Slushcult Mini Mart, and in this video I'm going to open it up, check out what's inside, and I ended up ordering a NVX Blunt Pro scooter, except tiny from them. It is a scooter for your fingers. They were sold out over on the NV site. When I saw Slushcult got them in, I ordered one right away. In this video I'm also going to give my initial review, and I ordered a couple other things just because Slushcult was having a pretty good sale, and it looks like they threw in some extra stickers as well. Starting off, I ordered this bag. It's just a side bag with blue corduroy material. Looks really nice. And inside it's got a shoulder strap. There's plenty of room to put a small obstacle even, and definitely my main setup. Plug. Some tools, some spare parts, bushings, maybe even some stickers. Plug. For being so small, it's got a bunch of compartments with outer mesh, a little pocket with the zipper on the outside on the front of it, and then the main compartment, plenty of room for a bunch of stuff, as well as a center divider that is mesh. And they threw in this really cool trash can looking sticker and a bunch of mini slaps. Plug, plug, plug. And I really like this full-size Slushcult sticker as well. Plug. And the main reason for this video, the all-new AOS V6 Pro Finger Scooter from NVX Blunt. And I also picked up this Slushcult Grom. I have one of them that I made a full review of on the channel if you want to check that out. But I picked up this extra one because it's a Fraggle Rock X Slushcult collab, which it looked pretty cool and it had these mice on it. But also I wanted an extra setup to have on the go. And I really like the colorway as well as the graphic on the bottom. It's got a bunch of mice in a little cave in the Fraggle Rock. This Slushcult Grom came with the trucks and wheels on it already. So I'm just going to go and throw some grip tape on it and test it out. For this board, I'm going to do something a little bit different with a torn grip tape job with a grip tape gap that looks kind of like a cracked rock. And with the tape on the board, nice even line. And to cut off the extra, I like to use the grip part of my X-Acto blade with the blade taken out, safety first. Just like a file, and I like that it's round, and I just go around the edge a couple times in a one direction downwards and taking off the extra. I also like to use a clear piece of tape for the last little bits and pieces, kind of clean it all up, make a clean grip job. I think this came out pretty clean, and it definitely fits the Fraggle Rock theme. Quick nollie heel flip to make sure the board is good, and it looks pretty solid to me. Moving on to the finger scooter. This is the Pro model AOS V6 from NV Blunt, except shrunken down. And at first, I thought it was pretty expensive at $40 US, but considering it is from a Pro scooter company and shrunken down and also has bearings in the wheels as well as the headset, it actually seems like a pretty good deal, especially comparing to other kind of starter finger scooters that have the bearings in the headset and wheels, starting at closer to around $100 and up. So I wasn't surprised when this sold out pretty fast on the NVX Blunt website, and I'm super excited that I was able to pick up one over on Slushcult. Definitely check them out, and this is not a sponsored video by any means. I just picked this up and I'm going to be giving my honest review of it, but definitely check them out because they had them in stock, and I think LC Boards also might have them in and be carrying them or have pre-orders if you are watching this video and see it soon enough. So other than that, it came with a pack with a screwdriver with a long kind of handle as well as the metal part, and some extra wheels and some grips with different colors, and a little sticker pack. I'm going to go ahead and put this sticker on the bottom. It looks pretty cool. It's got a little hologram or holographic kind of look to it. The first thing I noticed trying the scooter out with a nothing backwards flip is that the scooter is super light. And other than that, it is really smooth with the tail whip and heel whips. And overall has a really buttery feeling to it with the bearings in the headset and in the wheels. After only sessioning this a couple times, I noticed that the headset or the forks actually look like they're a little bit loose. So I'm going to take it apart and see what's going on. And to get to the headset, everything on top is all one piece from what I can tell. So it is all adjusted through the bottom. And looking at the bottom of the forks, there is a little screwdriver with a screw in the bottom. I'm just going to take it all off and see what's going on. but it seems like it just came a little bit loose over time with the use. And I want to check out the bearings as well. And I'm going to go ahead and while I'm in here, go ahead and add a little bit of speed oil. Definitely don't need to, but I like to add speed oil right when I get some new bearings. It helps break them in and it makes them not as loud. And while I'm at it, I'm going to take off this back wheel as well. I like that the screwdriver included is long enough to get to all of the parts. However, I definitely like my precision set of screwdrivers that I got and highly recommend getting a set if you don't already for working on these miniature scooters as well as fingerboards and finger bikes. I'll put a link to the set in the video description below. Checking everything out, looks like the bars and the downpost and clamp are all one piece. They're all held on in place by one screw, so I'm going to go ahead and use some blue Loctite on the one screw that holds it in place to make sure that it stays there and doesn't get loose over time with use. And while I'm at it, I'm going to use this speed oil that I picked up from Chems. You can use pretty much any lightweight lubricant or even regular skateboard bearing oil works great. But I really like how this Black Cat applicator has a little dropper. It makes it really easy to get one drop of oil on the small bearings. And definitely don't need a lot of this stuff. One drop goes a long way. I'm going to go ahead and drop the forks back in and spin it around to get the oil everywhere. And they already are a lot quieter, as well as seem to spin a little bit smoother. I'm going to go ahead and put the forks back on, and it looks like the forks are directional, so I'm going to go ahead and make sure that they're facing what looks like to be the right way. If I put these on backwards, let me know in the comments. But the only thing holding this all together is going to be this one screw. So with the blue Loctite on there, and I'm going to let it sit overnight once I get it all set up. We'll hopefully make sure that it stays in place for a long time and doesn't come loose on me. And definitely important not to over tighten it, but I do want to make sure that it's snug. And it seems like it has a nice amount of play where it still spins nice and smooth. With the bars and forks back together on the scooter, all is left to do is add a drop of oil to each of the bearings on each side of the wheels. And I like that these wheels, the actual wheel part itself is metal as well. And I'm not sure if I like these black rubber wheels or if I like the swirl white and black ones better. But trying it on the scooter and putting it back together. I like that the scooter also has a lock nut and the bearings already seem a lot quieter. And I'm going to go ahead and swap out for the alternative colorway just to see how it looks. But let me know in the comments which colorway you think looks better. I think it's really cool that you can swap out the different tires or wheels for different colors. And it's really cool for different customization. I'm going to go ahead and put the wheel back in. And the screw in the back is super long. I'm going to make sure that it's fully screwed in though. And the most important thing with the tiny miniatures and scooters is to not over tighten anything as they're really easy to strip. But this is all back together and it seems like everything's nice and smooth. Next, I'm going to swap out the grips on the bars. Make sure they match the wheels. And these come off pretty easily just by gently pulling on them. And the new grips go on pretty easily as well, nice and smooth. And I'm going to try and line up the mold lines on both of these so it looks nice and clean. And right away, spinning the bars, I already noticed that the white and black kind of swirled grips look really cool when spinning the bars. All that's left to do is swap out the front wheel, and I'm going to get back to shredding the scooter. I really like the fact that the wheels as well as the grips are swappable, so you can customize the scooter with different colors. And also if you wear through the wheels or anything, you can just replace the wheels rather than having to buy a new scooter. But I'm super excited for all the different parts, and hopefully down the line they'll come out with different colors and ways to customize the scooter and replacement parts. But as it is, with the scooter just launching. It came in 4 different colors, which is really cool. I got this gold color, but it also came in a really nice oil slick color, which is kind of like a rainbow chrome oil color, as well as believe a silver color and a black color. With everything back together, I'm going to get back to shredding the scooter. And it already feels a lot smoother with everything kind of adjusted properly. And the scooter is super light, which is still going to take me a little while to get used to. But I really like that the deck of the scooter actually has concave to it, which coming from fingerboarding is really nice. That it actually has a little bit of a dip where my fingers kind of go in. And with the scooter deck being so light and it flipping around so fast, it makes it a lot nicer and easier to catch the heel whips and tail whips and other tricks. But overall, I am really impressed with the quality of this scooter and build. The only thing that kind of concerns me is that screw holding the headset and everything together. So I'm going to make sure not to go too hard on the scooter, but I am going to be using it just like I would normally. And I will definitely give an update review in about 30 days. So stay tuned, but let me know in the comments what you think. And I don't know if it's just in my head, but this scooter is definitely on the light side. And by adding a Slushcult miniature slushy sticker, they added just enough weight to get a nice nothing backflip. After adding the blue Loctite and shredding for a little while, it looks like the headset is still nice and tight and it didn't get loose. Aside from the minor headset adjustment issue, I think the scooter is really nice. And overall, I'm pretty impressed with the overall quality as well as attention to detail. That about wraps up my initial review and unboxing. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, make sure to hit the thumbs up button as well as subscribe and turn on notifications for when I post my newest videos and more fingerboarding and DIY content. And if you do have any other questions, let me know in the comment section down below. And lastly, I want to give a quick shout out to everyone who shared as well as used the new hype feature on my last tech deck hunting video. Thanks so much for the support. And until next time, peace.